See, that microphone always gets me. Hello, everybody, and welcome to day number 6 of the 30-day BCR Technique Challenge. All right, so I got to remember that. I keep thinking I pressed the microphone, and I don't. So my apologies, guys. That gets me quite a bit. Okay, so let's try that again. So before we start today, I just wanted to give you guys a special announcement that the BCR Technique 30-day challenge is happening up until October 10th. October 10th will be day number 30, okay? So on October 11th, I will be starting a brand new live series, okay? And this will be called New Earth Practices. And it'll be happening Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific time, okay? The reason being is because I've been so highly inspired by getting up in the morning and doing this, for the past 6 days now. I said, this is great. I really, really enjoy this. I get a lot of feedback from you guys, and I'm seeing how you guys are doing the BCR technique and how you're really enjoying this as well too. So I'm like, this is fantastic. You guys aren't the only ones that are really enjoying this and being inspired by it. So I'm going to be creating this brand new Earth Practices live stream starting October 11th. Again, it's Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, as Fridays will be the New Earth TV Live, right? So, hope you guys can hear me okay now. Says that I'm okay here. So that's what I'm going to be doing when we get finished with this 30-day challenge. All right, so we're going to be going through some morning practices that will range quite vastly. It won't just be BCR technique, it'll be many other things. We'll basically just be getting the day started, right? Well, maybe the evening started wherever you guys are in the world. It'll certainly be the morning for me. But again, that'll be something that I'll be doing every single week, right? Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, the brand New Earth Practices live stream. And then Fridays with New Earth TV Live. And speaking of New Earth TV Live, that is happening tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific as well too. So the BCR technique day number 7 will be starting at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning, okay? Because I am doing the Friday New Earth TV Live tomorrow as well too. So we'll have 2 live broadcasts tomorrow. So that'll be awesome. 2:30 a.m. now to me. Wow, you guys are night owls. That's great. And I know, of course, I'm not able to, broadcast this where everybody will be able to watch it. That's why I'm thankful if you guys cannot make it. Check out the recording. Just look back on this, right? And just continue to do this and just make sure you're doing your 30-day allotment, right? That's what's most important. If you're just coming onto this right now, here's day number 6 and you're just tuning in for the first time, go back to the previous episodes. There's actually a YouTube playlist on my YouTube front page, okay? And you can just see the BCR Technique 30-day challenge playlist there, okay? Just go through the playlist, right? Starting at day 0 and moving up now to day 6. And like I said, just make sure you have 30 days. If you want to tackle all those videos in one sitting, go for it, okay? But just make sure you have your 30 days. That's what matters, because that's what's going to make a big impact in your life, all right? Okay, everybody. So, as I talked about for day number 6, we're going to do stage 3 of the BCR technique. So when we did day 1, that was stage 1, that was the bare bones, okay? And then a couple of days ago, we did the second stage, right, where we're basically introducing the TC technique. And now today here on day number 6, we're doing the third stage, just tallying up everything that we have learned so far and applying that into the BCR technique now, okay? So get yourselves nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable. Make sure you have your notepad, okay, or your tablet or your phone or whatever it is that you're using to write things down as they come. Now, some people are asking me, well, Brad, do I need to be like sitting in a meditative posture when I'm doing the BCR technique? Do I need to be like in a half lotus or full lotus posture? If you want to, you can, but no, it's not a requirement. There is no specific way to sit, right? You can even lay down, right? So if you're watching this in your bed, great. You can lay on your bed, and that's fine. You can lay on your couch. That's fine as well too, okay? Or you can sit down in a chair just like I'm doing. I'm not sitting cross-legged whatsoever. I'm just here in my office chair, sitting down, and about to do the BCR technique alongside you guys. So there's no specific technique regarding how you need to sit or whatever your posture is. Your posture is completely up to you. I would say just use a posture that makes you feel comfortable, okay? Some people who are doing half lotus or full lotus may not be fully comfortable after a while. If you've been doing it a long time, maybe you are, right? But that's not a necessity, okay? So again, with your notepad handy, first thing we're going to do, just as we've talked about in days previous, is we're checking in, okay? So I want you just to close your eyes now, taking a deep breath in, deep breath out. Now I want you just to tune into your body right now, just checking in. Okay, so the first question that you want to have down on your notepad here is, how is my physical body feeling? Okay, how's my physical body right now? Okay, I want you just to do a sweep. How are you feeling? Starting at the top of the head, just feeling yourself going all the way down the body, going right down to the bottom of the feet. Okay, how's your physical body feeling? For me, it's perfect. Feels good. No aches, no pains, no sore, no stiffness, nothing. Okay, so I'm good with the physical body. All right, and again, just be honest with yourselves. If you feel that there's a tweak in your neck, if there's a stiff shoulder or whatever it may be, okay, just making sure you're writing it down. Okay, because these are things we're going to work with. This is proving to yourself how effective the BCR technique is by you looking into these things that you notice within your physical body. Okay, and we'll start off with the second question. How is my emotional body feeling? Okay, is there any emotions, any hardships, any challenges, right? Am I angry about something? Am I fearful about something? Am I sad about something? Okay, is anything coming up? And again, we want to write that down. Okay, now we're going on to the third question. How is my mental body feeling? Meaning, are there any belief systems coming up? Okay, any restrictions, any confinements, any conditions that you're noticing within yourself, I should say. Okay, any conditions, right? So if there's a problem with family, there's a problem you're having with yourself, there's a problem you're having with money, there's a problem you're having with your environment, your household, right? Your ability to travel or not travel, whatever it may be. Whatever's coming up that's causing conflict, conditions, concerns, barriers, just write it down. Okay, so those are the three questions. So now that we've done the check-in, now we can go ahead and do the BCR technique. Now the first thing we want to ask ourselves is saying, am I feeling active enough? Okay, am I feeling active to just go right into the BCR technique and do this, right? Did I do a bit of a pre-ritual workout, right? Did I go for a jog this morning? Did I have a cold shower? Did I exercise a little bit? Because if you did and you're feeling active, you can skip the phase 1 breath, okay? So the phase 1 breath again is breathing into the nose, breathing out to the mouth, just doing a couple of cleansing breaths, just to get our mind and our body alert, awake, and active. So if you're already alert, awake, and active, skip this step. Okay? Otherwise, take a deep breath in, out to the mouth, in, out, in, out, in, out, and in, out. All right. Whew, that's powerful. Just doing 5 of those breaths feels good. Okay, so now that we've done those 5 breaths, for me, I'm already feeling the bobbing effect of the calmness wave. Okay, so the wave of the calmness just starts off as an active wave. Okay, it's not violent, it's not intense in that way, but it's kind of like this kind of moving wave. All right, like I said, I've given the analogy that you're on a plank, a wooden plank in the middle of the ocean, and you're just bobbing on the ocean. Okay, it's these kind of soft waves that are bobbing with you. Okay, so that's the first wave. When you feel that, okay, you may feel a bit of a lightheadedness, just the natural feeling that we may get when we're doing cleansing breaths, right? We may feel lightheaded, we may feel a bit tingly in that way. That's great, that's exactly what we want, okay? So now we're gonna switch. Now we're gonna move on to phase 2 breath, which is nasal breathing, okay? Breathing in and out to the nose, okay? And we're working with heart rate variability. So together we're going to do 4 seconds in, 4-second inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 seconds out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then jumping right back into 4 seconds in, 5 seconds out, then jumping right back into 4 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Okay, so there's no pause in between breaths. Okay, so I want you guys just to count this within your mind as we all do it together here and now. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, and as you're doing the heart rate variability, as you're doing the phase 2 breath, you're feeling that those waves are now becoming stilled. Okay, so you keep doing the heart rate variability, keep breathing in, 4 seconds in, 5 seconds out, okay, and just feel those waves that were bobbing now just starting to level themselves out, starting to calm. And as you continue to do the heart rate variability, you're again imagining like you're just surrounded by an ocean that is completely calm. It's still. It's like looking at glass, right? There's not a single movement in the ocean whatsoever. It's become completely still. What an amazing sight that would be, right? So I want you just to see that in your mind right now. If you're not too visual, just feel it. Know that that's what's happening, okay? Now that we have stilled ourselves, we have moved from active calmness into subtle calmness. Okay, so phase 1 is getting us into active calmness through the breath work we're doing, through the cleansing breath. Phase 2, with heart rate variability, moving us into subtle calmness, right, or stilled calmness, because now the ocean itself is stilled. So very good. So now we're in calmness. What do we do next? We're going to do the capital R. We're going to do reinforcement. Okay. So with your eyes closed, all I want you to do right now is just see void. Okay? If you are completely content with working with void for your reinforcement space, stay there. Okay? Otherwise, for those of you who have created your space already, I want you to see it now. I just want you to see everything manifesting. It's kind of like you're just transitioning right now, just like you see an example of my background here, right? This is the idea of just transitioning into a space, an environment. It's kind of like you have a green screen, and all of a sudden, you're in your perfect space. All right? It's like Star Trek: The Next Generation with her holodeck. Just right, begin program, and here it is. Right? Here's your environment. Okay? So I want you just to look at that beautiful space right now. So whether you're sitting down or lying down, again, you're enacting that within your space. If you're lying down, maybe you're lying down on the grass. Okay? Maybe you're lying down on a sandy beach. Okay? Maybe you're lying down on top of the summit of a mountain. Whatever it may be, whatever your space is. You've had 6 days to work with this space. Okay? And again, as we've talked about before, really livening up your space. So if you are, again, getting references from the earth, remember, like I said, you want to make it about 1,000 times greater, or even like 1,000,000 times greater. You want to make it 1,000,000 times more beautiful. Okay? So you're looking at the plants, the trees, the foliage, the vegetation, and maybe it has a beautiful glow. It's kind of like you're in fairyland, right? Everything's kind of moving very, very gently. You know, the space is talking to you, right? Just giving you sweet whispers of love. You can feel the oxygen in the air, and it's kind of semi-transparent, like a light mist. Okay? Just all these things that make you feel wonderful, that make you feel absolutely amazing. Okay? And I want you just to imagine like you're opening up all of the pores of your skin, okay? And you're just breathing in this love energy. Okay, and we're breathing in that love energy just through heart rate variability again, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, you're breathing it in, and you're breathing it out through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And you're just continuing that flow. We want to continue with heart rate variability as we're in our space. It's only when we go into more of a concentrated space where we're basically working with the orb, that we can cease heart rate variability and then go into natural breathing. But as you're intaking all of this energy right now, because we want to spend a few moments just in our space right now, just taking in everything, okay? Taking in your environment. And we're doing that now. We're feeling that energy just moving into the pores. We're breathing in that energy, and it's collecting directly into the heart, okay? The heart is the epicenter to where all of your loving energies go. Okay, so I want you just to take a few moments in silence right now, just to be with your space, just to take in all the love energy. Again, if you've been working with this now for 6 days, you should know your space. You can add new things to it if you wish. It's your space. You are creator, and you can create whatever you want. Okay, so let's just take a few moments right now of silence as you bring in the love energy into yourself. Okay, so now we've taken a few moments of silence, bring in all of that love energy, okay, putting it into the heart. So now your heart rate variability can transition out, and we're now just going into natural breathing, okay, because now we're going to use the gauge, okay, we're going to use the energy ball here. Now, like I said, with your space, it's all based upon you. If you feel like your loved ones are in the space and you are greeting your loved ones, or you have angels coming into your space and they're greeting you, that's all part of those few moments, okay? You can take as long as you need there. If you need to pause this video, right, and just go into your space and spend 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes there, go ahead, right? It's your space. You are creator, and you do what you want, okay? So, with you now, just going into that space, getting all of that accumulation of love energy, now we're going to use the gauge. We're going to use the energy ball in between the hands, okay? So I want you just to tap into your heart right now and just feel how much love is in there right now and how much love is continuing to go into your heart. This feels wonderful. This feels amazing. I love my space. My space is so enchanting. It is beautiful. It is loving. It is warm. It is soft. It is compassionate. Everyone and everything I love is in this space. I feel so free here. I feel like I can completely be myself. I am the creator of this space. I feel like God. This is wonderful. This is absolutely incredible. I'm in heaven right now. Okay? Here you are with those hands outstretched. Okay? That's what we want. When our hands are outstretched, we are telling ourselves our heart is full because our hands can't stretch any further. Okay? That's what we want. We don't want to be here. Okay? We want to stretch them out as far as they can go. Okay? If you've got a bit of a confining space, just try to compensate, as I sort of do. But you're just compensating, stretching out your hands as far as they can go, and that's indicating that you have a full heart. Okay? Once you are there, we slowly bring our hands back. We're compressing the energy. And what are we compressing it into? A tennis ball. Okay, an energy ball that's the same size as a tennis ball. Okay, once we have that energy ball in our hands, we take a deep breath in, out through the nose, and we're just putting that energy ball into the heart, taking a moment as we feel that energy fusing with the heart. And as we put that energy into the heart, this is an option. Okay, it's an option for you guys. This is where your love energy entity appears. Okay, so as I talked about yesterday, about the love energy entity. For those of you who decided to make that happen, this is where your love energy entity appears. As soon as you put that orb of loving energy, that gauge, into your heart, you will feel the presence of the love energy entity, should you have brought one in, present together with you now. Okay? So for those of you who have had that option, okay, as soon as you put that ball in your heart, with your eyes closed, you're still in the space, and now I want you to feel your love energy entity appear. With your love energy entity appearing, that entity is now going to be of assistance to you as you go into your list. Okay? Now, some of you may literally just be in so much bliss right now, you're not even concerned about your list. If you are completely blissed out right now, stay there. Don't even worry about your love energy entity. If he's there or she's there or it's there, just have that love, that bliss for one another. Okay? I had a question about that today. Brad, I'm just in so much bliss, I don't even want to move. I don't even want to do anything. Then don't. Then don't move. Then don't do anything. Stay there. Stay there all day if you have to. Right? This is the God feeling. This is pure love. This is paramount above anything else. So if you are completely blissed out through the BCR technique, well, then I've done my job. Because that's what I'm wanting to get you guys to do, is you are completely blissed out. You are so high. You're above Mount Olympus. You're above the gods, and you're with the one God. Right? It's exactly where I want you. I want you to stay there. Okay? But for those of you who are ready to work together with your love energy entity, okay, you can take a slow, deep breath in, out through the nose, and we're slowly coming back. Okay? We're kind of in the middle here. We're still in the middle about being cognizant, and we're still in the middle about being in our space. Okay? We may just remember as well too what we have put down on our list. Okay, so we started with the physical body, right? Do I remember off the bat what it is that I was putting down for my physical body? If not, I don't really need to break myself out of this space. Okay, so if I had a headache, for example, and I remember that, okay. So now my love energy entity, which I'll just refer to as Li, right, which is what it stands for, and I'll refer to the love energy entity as Li, and I will just say to Li, heal my headache here and now. Let it be done. Okay. So what did I do there? I did 3 deep breaths in and out through the nose. Okay. And I felt the activity moving through my head, and I can feel right now just all this energy moving up into the head region, clearing away any conflict, any debris, any issue that is there in the head. How am I feeling? Feeling wonderful, feeling light. This feels just amazing, beautifully wonderful. I feel like the headache is fading away. Great. That gets a check mark. Okay? So if you can, again, just remember these things, remember what you've put down on your list without having to go out of your space, that's what I'd recommend, right? Is just keeping yourself nice and calm, nice and relaxed. You're in your space, and you're talking to your love energy entity, or you're just talking to your heart, right? So it's up to you. Again, the love energy entity is just an option. Okay, it's not mandatory. You may just be talking to your heart here. Okay, so now I would go into my emotions. Okay, I felt a bit upset, for example. Okay, so I would say to my love energy entity, or I would say to my heart, Li, heal all forms of my upset feeling within myself. Let it be done. okay? I'm just giving a very simple command, okay? It does not have to be verbatim to what I'm saying. It's something very, very simple. Just love energy entity, or Li, or heart, or love energy. Heal the upset feeling within myself. Let it be done, okay? And again, we just feel that energy stirring up. We're going into that part of the body where we feel the upset energy is. And we're now just starting to feel it being worked on. We're feeling activity, okay? And that's all I call it, is we're just feeling activity, okay? And then we put a check mark there. If we're not feeling any activity, what do? We go back into the reinforcement space. We reaccumulate more love energy. We want to make sure that our heart is completely full, okay? So again, that is something that's very, very important. We do not work with these conflicts until our heart is full. Okay, we want to make sure it's completely full. And that's why we use the gauge. Okay? So it's like you're just connecting. The energy ball that you have in your hand is directly linked to your heart and to everything that's in the heart. There's a cord there. Okay? And all you're doing is you're just tuning into your heart, and when you feel that love energy coming in, you'll feel a softness. But one of the most easiest ways to detect when you have love energy in your heart is your smile. Okay? Even if it's just a soft, compassionate smile, or it's a wide-eared smile, that's fine too. You're smiling, okay? So again, some people say, oh, Brad, how do I know I'm feeling this love energy? Well, are you feeling joyful at the moment? Oh, I don't know. Well, of course you know, right? Are you smiling? Are you chuckling? Are you laughing? Is there a lightness that you're feeling? Something that's bringing in that sensation of joy, of happiness, of goodness, right? We can't really describe it any more than that because these are feelings, right? All we're using is a practical gauge to expand that more, okay? And that's by tuning into our hearts. Like I said, as you do this more and more, you're going to know what that feeling is like. It's kind of like when you're a little kid and your mom takes you to a candy shop, right, and gets you this big scoop of ice cream, right? Your face lights up and saying, oh my God, that's for me, right? Your face just lights up, right? It's like when you see a loved one that you haven't seen in years. They're now coming through this door. You're seeing them again for the first time in years. What happens to you? You light up, right? You can't stop smiling. You want to run over to them and give them a big hug. It's one of your most blessed loved ones you have not seen in years. And they're walking through the door. How would you feel? Oh, I'd light up, right? I'd feel amazing. Well, that's all we're doing here, right? Imagine that loved one walking through the door. How would you feel? Imagine yourself as a 4-year-old kid going to an ice cream shop, getting this big scoop of chocolate ice cream being handed to you. You're ecstatic, right? Getting your favorite toy, whatever it may be, okay? Not trying to go into materialism here, but it's just something that is creating a reaction, okay? That's what we're doing here. We're in our sacred space. We're in this reinforced space that we have created. We want to react to it, right? We want to feel warm. We want to feel welcome. We want to feel blessed. We want to feel blissed out by this space because this is inside us. Everything that's happening here right now is inside us. So all we're doing is we're being a lot more vivid and conscientious of this brand new space that we have created that's inside us, and we're just embellishing that space. It's okay to love, guys, right? This is the biggest thing I've noticed when I've had clients over the years. They do not feel that they deserve this love, and that's why they hold themselves back. They feel that they should be punished. They feel that they should be in some type of disaster. They feel they should be in conflict because they don't deserve this love. That's how they feel. And I said, what is it that made you come up with that conclusion? Oh, just the way I've lived your life. But that's just your own personal belief system philosophy. That's not who you really are. You are love. Do not relate yourself to the body. Do not relate yourself to your personality. Do not relate to everything that comes and goes. That's the dualistic world. That's the lowly mortal. Okay? We're putting the lowly mortal aside. We're not concerned about the lowly mortal who is insecure, who is a separate self, who is ignorant. Okay? That is pushed out of the way, and that's a very important thing I want to share with you guys. When you guys are going into your reinforced space, your ego does not come with you. Okay? There is no ego. There is no separate self. There is no ignorance inside that reinforced space. It's kind of like looking at a welcome mat, right? You're walking upon that welcome mat, and all of a sudden, boom, separate self is kicked out. Okay? So you do not want any separate self-ego that's coming along with you in the reinforced space, because it's too stupid to understand what's going on. Okay? So this is where you want to boot it out. All right? And Cheryl and Lotus, thank you very much for your contributions. I appreciate that. But that's very important, okay? We're going into the reinforced space, and we're just being. We are being our true self. We're being that love, because that's who we are. Okay, every single one of us, we are made out of this very love. We are made out of spirit. That's who you truly are. It's not about you feeling that you come from some home planet, or that you come from some home galaxy, or you come from some home dimension. No. Those are just perspectives. Those are things that come and go. That's the dualistic world. That's the perspective of a lowly mortal in the valley. We're above Mount Olympus. We're higher than the gods, right? We're above Zeus. The other day I was saying, you are Zeus? I said, no, we're even better than that. We're greater than Zeus. Zeus has an ego. Hera has an ego. If we're looking at the queen and the king of the gods, they're both egotistical. They both have egoism to them. They both have personality. That's not a true God. True God is egoless, right? So you're above the summit of Mount Olympus. You're high up in the sky here, okay? Knowing that you are God, that you are the one, right? That's where we are. And that is what our space is reflecting to us, to remind us that that's who we are. We are permanence. Even this space that I create is an impermanent thing, but it's just being a reflection to remind me of who I truly am as permanence, as God, as the self, right? So that when that time comes and I'm always up here, I don't need that space anymore. This space is acting as a stepping stone. It's telling me all this thing that is representing my love, and it's wonderful, but over time you will realize you don't need a space anymore, okay? This space is only helping you to reach a certain level of being, right? I call it a level, but really it's not even a level. It's just coming home. You're coming home to your true nature of being, right? I am creator. And when you understand, just even taking away the creator now, I am, okay? That's who I am. I am that I am. That's what our space is doing to us. It's being used as a tool to keeping us up here, right? If I feel I'm down here, I'm the lowly mortal again. I'm going and doing BCR technique, and it's like an elevator that just takes me right up beyond Mount Olympus, beyond the gods. And now I'm there. And now this is who I truly am. I am incorporating everything that represents permanence into my being. I'm not concerned about the lowly mortal affairs of earth, because that's not who I really am. When I stay up here, when I'm this love, when I am spirit, when I am God, when I am the self, I radiate that love outwards. And everything in my space, everything in my space feels that love, right? You become a magnet. And this magnetism gets stronger as you do this every day. You radiate powerful health, okay? You radiate powerful love. You radiate powerful compassion. This is what the space is teaching you to do, okay? So this is a training course. This is you going into that reinforced space, and this is your training exam, your training course. It's saying, can I bring myself into the highest states of love possible and remain there? And as I remain there, I can direct my love into any of the old, lowly, mortal conflicts that I have and clear them away. Watch them disappear before my eyes, right? Because all you have to do, everybody, is go here. When you're here, that's it. You now just have to command. You command your love to clear away everything. Brad, do you mean this? Do you mean that? No, I mean everything, right? With capital letters, everything becomes eliminated. That represents that feeling of the illusion of Maya, the illusion of mortality, and you're living up here. And you have your reinforced space to take you there as many times as you need to realize just how divine, how powerful, how strong, how loving, how compassionate, how warm, how godly you are. That's what this space does, just like the example here of this green screen. Okay? Creating a space, it's a hologram, but I'm making it vivid. Through my experience, I'm letting it serve its purpose. And now I'm up here. I'm past Mount Olympus. I'm past the gods. Doesn't that feel great? That's who you are, everybody. Okay? So again, like I said, when you're in the reinforced space, if you have your love energy entity with you, okay, your representative, your servant, okay, you're just saying to them, okay, love energy entity. Maybe you gave them a name, right? So I'll call it Angel for that example. Angel, clear away the headache I have. Okay? Angel, clear away my feeling of sadness that I have. Angel, clear away my belief systems that make me feel constrained. Right? And that's the first step. Like I said, we take action upon that. And that is confirming that we have actually stepped out of that belief system. Because belief systems are formed by actions. Right? So we have the thought there, yes, of course. But there's an action that really kind of concretes it, that cements it into our mind. It says, oh, this is how it is. Right? There's an action done. So that's what we're doing, is we're creating a counteraction to that. So as I've talked about in the Infinite Intelligence reports, for every force, there is a counterforce. Okay? And that's exactly what we're doing. We are counterforcing everything that has represented our conditioning, that has represented our conflicts, our hardships, everything. You are now generating that counterforce by doing the BCR technique. Okay? So with that breath work, with that calmness, going into positive reinforcement, going into your reinforcement space, and just taking in all that love, accumulating it, going all the way up here, past Mount Olympus, right? And you're feeling that so strong within you. You have the gauge, you see how big it is. You're putting that into your heart, and through the option of using a love energy entity, you're talking to them and you're going through your list to clear all of that away. And you're doing this every single day. And as you do this more and more, like I said, it's like peeling away the layers of an onion. Okay? So you'll feel that you may have sadness or fear one day, and you start to feel it lightening up a little bit. The next day comes and you still feel it might be there a little bit more too. That's okay. We're doing this every single day, and we're stripping away more of the layers of the onions. Right? So if you have a bunch of onions, here's an onion for my belief system, here's an onion for my physical body, here's an onion for my emotions. We're stripping away the onion's layers, right? Each and every single day. So when you do this after 30 days, you're going to be a very, very different person. If you're just starting out on this, the person you are now will cease to exist, because you're going to be completely refined after 30 days. And after 30 days, this becomes natural to you, right? This is just a natural thing for me to do. After 30 days, I'll start to feel that I don't really need to follow the process so much as I have been, because I know what it's like to have a full heart of love now, right? All I'm doing is this. Heart is full. Okay? I didn't need to go into my reinforcement space for that. Okay? All I did was just put my hand on my heart, took a breath in, because I am in complete harmony with my love. The love and I are one. Spirit and I are one. It's no longer looking like I'm a lowly mortal and up here is God. I'm a lowly mortal with all of my conflicts, and up here is the love energy that I don't feel I deserve to touch. Right? We clear away those illusions. That veil that is telling you that's how it is, gone. because this is what you're learning for the 30 days of the BCR technique. That veil is no longer there because that's a separate self veil. What do we do with the separate self? We leave it at the door. It does not follow us into our reinforced space. And therefore we're free. Right? So that's you clearing away the veil. After 30 days, it will not surprise me at all. Someone emails me and said, Brad, all I have to do is just touch my heart. I know what it's like to have a full heart now. And I'm clearing away everything. I feel lighter than air. Wonderful, man. Wonderful. Keep doing it. Right? That is the incredible thing about this, is it's teaching you who you really are. Okay? I'm teaching you guys, just by using something like the BCR technique, how to go to God. Right? And being there. Why? Because I am. You are. Right? That's who you really are. And you're seeing this unfold through the BCR technique as you're doing this every single day. This is all I really need. It's good to, eat a good diet, to have a good food plan. It's good to exercise. It's good to meditate, right? All those things are good. But this is going into the essence. This is going into who you are. Because those things are, again, just practices. Those things are just natural things that we go through each day. We eat a meal, right? So maybe there's a ritual around that. I don't know. It depends upon the person, right? But it's just a natural task that we do. We eat food. We have our diet, right? We have our exercise routine. We have time for meditation. It's all great. Those are great natural things that we do each day. But when you're doing this, you're tuning into your very soul. You're going into spirit. You're letting the heart be the epicenter. And you're bringing in all this love, okay? I say bringing in all this love, but this love has always been with you, okay? What you're really doing is you're stripping away your doubt. You're stripping away your disbelief. You're stripping away your hardships, your challenges, feeling that you've been living in this veil, saying that you don't deserve love, okay? That is so common. There's so many people I talk about. Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing love work each day? Because I don't deserve it. I don't feel I deserve it. I don't feel I deserve love. And that's the separate self talking. Right? So we just have to soften ourselves. This is why we're doing the BCR technique. And we start with the breath. Okay, when you start saying, okay, I'm willing to do this, I'm willing to change, the breath is what's going to get you started. Okay? It's the first thing that gets you started upon this path. When you're willing to change, it starts with the breath. Okay? We do the phase 1 breath, and we do the phase 2 breath, and we go into that subtle calmness, and now we go into reinforcement. Okay? Reinforcement is your training ground. It is your training exam. It is your training course. It's like going through this big course here, right? And it's a course of beauty. It said, I want you to show me how much love you can put into yourself. That's all you have to do. I said, Brad, that's all you're telling me to do is I just have to put love into my heart? That's it. That's all you got to do. I'm not telling you to memorize all these big things or doing a bunch of harsh mathematic equations or anything of that nature. You're just working with your love, because love is what makes the universe what it is. This whole system, everything that we see around us, everything we see, smell, taste, touch, and hear, everything that is from love, is from creation, right? And then we move above creation to realize we're beyond it, okay? It's the manifested reality. It's creation. And then there's the unmanifest, which we'll be getting in at a later time, right? And that is the true non-dual. All creation is the appearance of consciousness, right? So we're working with the appearance of consciousness to make things in harmony with ourselves, right? That's all we're here to do. Bring harmony into yourself. Clear out all these things on your checklist, your to-do list, right? And again, once you're in love, you have no problem doing that. Okay, yeah, I'm just in so much love right now. Okay, that feeling of sadness, be gone. That feeling of hurt, be gone. That old trauma I had as a kid, I'm feeling so much love right now. Spirit, take care of it. Be gone. That's it. And that is going to make an impact. That is completely reshaping your body map landscape. Okay, if you were to see your body as a map, right, you'll see that's upon this map there's some dark clouds. upon that map, right? So we're going in and we're directing all this love energy, and it's clearing away the dark clouds. Sunshine is pouring in. And now our body map is completely free of injury, completely free of conflict altogether. All right? So when you're ready now, take a deep breath in, deep breath out. And that is BCR Technique Stage 3. Okay? Very, very simple. Like I said, if you guys have been doing this now for the past 6 days alongside with me, this should be pretty natural to you now, right? You're getting the idea here, right, about what you need to do. Like I said, all you need is the bare bones, okay? The bare bones of the BCR technique, okay? We're going to get into the TC technique here in a moment, but the BCR technique, the bare bones, the PDF file that you find in the video description, along with the TC technique, that's all you need. As long as you're continuing to do that each and every single day as bare bones, you're good. Okay? So the second step, again, is going into the TC technique, right? So as we go into the TC technique, we're again let's say we do the BCR technique in the morning, right? We got ourselves pretty active. We're doing the BCR technique and we just feel like we're on cloud 9, right? We're above Mount Olympus. We're feeling great. We're greater than the gods, right? And now we start our day, okay? Upon the time of midday, we meet somebody and we have some type of conflict, right? Now this is all based upon you. You may still feel so absolutely high on love that you don't feel a pull to have any conflict with anybody whatsoever, okay? But it may not be with a person. It could be with the idea that you're looking on a computer, you're looking on your phone, and all of a sudden something happens there that triggers you, okay? So what is it that we do when we get triggered? Okay? We withdraw, right? That's the very essence of the TC technique. It is to withdraw ourselves. If we're in a public space, if we're surrounded by a lot of people, we withdraw and we go into a private space. Okay? So let's say we go into our bedroom. We're in our bedroom right now. We looked at that phone and we saw something that we didn't like. It caused a bubbling, right? Just an unpleasant bubbling within ourselves. All right? So what do we do when we get inside our space? We're just repeating the BCR technique. Capital B, capital C. Okay? If it's really upsetting us, it's where we do the phase 1 breath. Okay? So okay, the active calm, the bobbing. Switch to phase 2, heart rate variability. And now those waves are becoming calm. Now that we're in that subtle calmness, we just remind ourselves, what is it that got me upset? What caused this trigger to happen? I was just very, very angry about what somebody wrote on my profile, on my Facebook, for example. Okay? All right. So now that you understand that, if you have a piece of paper, you can write that down, or if it's in your memory, that's fine too. Okay? Now we go into reinforcement space. So when we're going into reinforcement space, what are we leaving behind? We're leaving the ego and the separate self behind when we go into the reinforcement space. And again, you're just repeating the process as you've been doing before. Okay? Now this is giving you a bit of a jump start, because if you did the BCR technique that morning, right, you know the routine. And you'll still feel a lot of that love energy inside yourself. So again, check your gauge. Where's my heart right now? It's right about here, okay? Through your reinforcement space, fill it up. Stretch your hands all the way out. That's it. Compress the ball. Put it into your heart. Take a moment. Okay, do you have a love energy entity? If so, bring them forward. Okay, so the separate self is out of the way. There's no ego here in the reinforcement space. And I'm talking to my love energy entity. I feel soft, I feel calm, I feel composed. And now I say, Angel, clear away that trigger that I had. Let it be done. And now you feel the activity. Now you feel it going to work. Okay? And there. The black cloud dissipates. Okay? That's all you're doing. So the only thing with TC technique, trigger clearing, is the ability to withdraw. to withdraw, to go into your own space, and doing BCR technique. All right? That's it. Plain and simple. So again, like I said, the more that you do this naturally, the more this is just going to be so simple for you to take care of when the time needs to happen. You first wake up in the morning, you're somewhat active, you're doing the BCR technique. Now maybe the evening comes, and you feel, I'm going to do a second BCR technique. Go for it, right? Or I'll do one maybe in the morning, I'll do one in the afternoon, I'll do one in the evening. Go for it. You can do it as many times as you want. You are creator, okay? Or I am, right? And again, if we get triggered, don't worry. The important thing is that you're learning how to catch your trigger, right? When you learn how to catch it, when you know that you're triggered, because some people will just go, oh, I'm triggered, but I don't care. I don't want to feel like doing that, right? And we just let the trigger brew, and that's not good. If we let that trigger brew, it's like a virus, and it just continues to expand, right? It continues to grow. If we keep ignoring that trigger, this is what's brought us into these traumas in the first place. We've ignored our emotions. Our emotions happen as a gauge. It's like a red alert. Read, right? Red alert, you're angry. Red alert, you're sad. Red alert, you're fearful. And it just keeps flashing and flashing. And now more lights are flashing and flashing. And now again, the situation is happening inside you because you're not tackling that energy when you have the opportunity to catch it, right? That's the second most important thing with the TC. Actually, I'd say it's the first, right? The first thing of the TC technique would be to catch that trigger and then to withdraw, right? That's what makes the TC technique, right? Trigger clearing. Because when you go into the clearing, you're doing BCR, right? Very, very simple. Okay? So that is, again, the TC technique in a nutshell. So keep working with this every single day. I'm just going to go and see if you guys have any questions for me. Okay. If you guys do have any questions, you can feel free to put it in the chat now. Okay, this is just from Mima. It's more of a feedback. Thank you so much. I'm happy with the challenge and enjoying being more used to the technique and most importantly, seeing benefits. Absolutely. It will continue to happen as you do it every single day. This is why we're doing it for 30 days. All right. Super Cali said, some people mentioned in the chat on Telegram to do a global meditation. This is actually what we were asking for. Please share this 30-day challenge to your groups. Yeah. Well, it's BCR technique, right? It's not really a global meditation. That's a little bit different. Okay. This is self-meditation. This is for yourself. Okay. When I start doing the New Earth practices, yeah, there will be some incorporations of global meditation as well too. Global meditations are great. They're a good thing to do, but most importantly, you got to work on yourself, right? You got to work on yourself first. As you do this is what's going to make a difference because now you're refining yourself. And then when you involve yourself with a mass meditation, you're going to stand out. Because no offense to anybody else, but when you're doing this every single day, your energy is going to be far more potent. And you're going to be one of the big difference makers. Okay? This is why we're doing the BCR technique right now, a 30-day challenge. I don't have time to do any other challenges, right? This is what's taking my time in the morning. Okay? So when we get into New Earth practices, yeah, like I said, we'll do some mass meditations and all that stuff. But you're the one that needs to change, not the world. Okay? The world is you. And when you change first, you see a world different, right? So this, again, is just why we do mass meditations as well, too. It's good. But you're the one changing. You're the one shifting yourself. And you're the one witnessing a new world because you've changed to make it happen, okay? So yes, and Super Cali is correct with that. That when you're working upon yourself, you're going to see a new world unfold. You're no longer looking at these things on the news or on CNN and saying, oh, there's vaccinations and there's mask agendas and there's social distancing. I'm above Mount Olympus right now. Doesn't bother me. And all I'm doing is sending this love far and wide because I'm that potent energy. And I'm helping people to come where I am. Because that's getting rid of the lowly mortal. That's getting rid of the separate self. That's getting rid of the ignorance. You are filling yourself with so much bliss and so much happiness every single day with the BCR technique. Your energy is ripe. it is potent, right? And you just command it, and you send it out to your world and say, remove all the black clouds from my world, right? And that is you working together with the collective. You're seeing all hearts on this planet as one heart, one collective heart. And because your heart is bright and radiant, you're sharing that bright, radiant heart light with all other hearts. That's powerful, right? That's something that you're not ever going to even match by trying to look at all these harsh situations logically, right? If you're trying to think of logical solutions about how to resolve all these things right now, you're wasting your time, right? All these things are already in motion. It's because of our thoughts. It's because of our feelings. It's because of everything that we are right now that has ingrained everything into the collective consciousness, being what it is right now. And so everybody is here to do what they're here to do, because that is the outlook of the collective consciousness, right? Now there's you as the self, looking at all of these things and radiating yourself and making yourself brilliant, like a shining star, and you're contributing to that, right? And as you bring other people with you, because you're just being the shining light example of yourself, they're now going to start bringing their light to the world. And now everything is going to shift, right? So the intention happens first with the action to follow. This is why we're not just blindly going into action, because then you're walking backwards. Through your intent, through everything that is within you, that is where everything comes forward. It therefore translates into action, translates into manifestation, right? So we're not going to get too much into the conflicts of the world right now. Okay, that's not what we're here to do in BCR Technique, because what did we do? We've left the ego at the door. Okay, we've left the separate self out of the door. It's not here, right? So we're not concerned about that. We radiate our light, and that light comes through the entire planet, right? And that's what makes a difference. Okay, Jana says, I noticed I have more energy in the body when I do slightly longer out breaths than in breaths. Thank you. I do those breaths on and off during the whole day. It works instantly. Is that too often? Well, that's heart rate variability, okay? When you're doing heart rate variability, your out breath should be longer than your in breath, okay? That's working with heart resonance. That's stimulating the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system within your body, okay? That's bringing an equilibrium there. So you're making the out breath a little longer than the in breath because you're expelling more carbon, okay? So that's why we do it. So yes, that's all part of HRV, okay? Yeah, Jenna says, I became so overwhelmed by the love energy. I cried the entire time. Beautiful tears, not sad. That's great. That's great. Like I said, guys, just react, right? Whatever needs to come out of you, let it come out of you, right? You want to just see yourself as an open reservoir, right? A reservoir bank, and let the water flow. When there's a bank there that's holding this water that's coming, it's never going to move, okay? It's just there to let the water cascade, right? And the water is your emotions. Let your emotions cascade through. Let yourself be open and honest and receptive to yourself based upon everything that needs to happen, all right? So yes, men and women both gonna cry, okay? I've certainly had my tears of joy when I was doing BCR Technique, when I was doing other techniques as well too, similar to this, before I even invented this one, right? There were tears that followed as well. So absolutely, that's all part of the process. So very good, keep it up, okay? Okay, Mira says, I would like to feel the energy all day, of course. Let's not get into body-mind deck, okay, about the healing code cards. That's great. That's just another topic, okay? You can certainly work with the cards, but I'm wanting you here to work with the BCR technique. I want to feel it all day, then stay there. Stay in your reinforced space. Make it even more beautiful. Make it even more new. Make it even more radiant, right? So you can always step up. Why can you always step up? Because you're working with object. You're working with image. And those are things that can come and go, which means there's always a better version. There's always a greater space. There's always a more receptive platform to what you have created right now. Because again, as you flow through time, you're going to notice, oh, I got this even greater idea for my space, then apply it, right? So basically, like I said, we're going to be getting into more healing practices beyond BCR, but this is just a stepping stone for a lot of you, okay? There are greater practices than just the BCR technique, but I'm introducing this technique for you guys as the starter. If you think this is just the end of the healing, you've only just begun, okay? You're going to be moving into something even far greater, where you are in that bliss all the time. And the healing code cards can help you with that, yes, of course. But again, they're again being a platform for you. You're helping out with a platform, just like the reinforcement space in the BCR technique is a platform for you, okay? Those are platforms. Once you get used to this platform, it's now imbued into yourself. It's natural. I don't need to go to that platform anymore. I don't need to use those cards anymore because I don't need a platform. I'm the platform, right? My heart is the platform. It's like I said, putting my hand right here. My heart's filled up. Did I have to go into a platform? Not one bit, right? This is what will happen over time. It's like I said, it's like going to a karate school, right? If you're starting your first day and you're a white belt, you can't expect that at the end of that day you're going to become a black belt, okay? The same thing with this. As you work with this more and more over time, you are going to become very inventive. You're going to feel that you don't really need to do those old platforms because those were just crutches that were helping you, stepping stones that were helping you to get to the other side. But now you look at the other side and you can just do a single leap in the air and you're over to the other side without having to touch a single stepping stone. That's the analogy here. Okay? As you do this more and more, you will outgrow it because you will know exactly that love energy is in me and I know how to cultivate it like that. And now here it is in my heart and I'm living as that love. I am the sovereign above creation, looking down at it all. Okay? I am above the body. I am above the mind. I am above all of creation. I am the sovereign. I am. And you're looking down at the creation because God and you are one. The Creator and you are one. Source and you are one. Right? That's it. I am spirit. This is what I'm saying all the time now after I hung up the channeling. Right? I am spirit. All of you are spirit as well too. Okay? And that's our nature. And you live as that. This is why we say we give up the path of the lowly mortal. It's not who we are anymore. We understand that we are eternal, that we're infinite, that my body does not dictate the idea of an illusion of mortality. When I live in the body, I exist in Maya, and I don't think that Maya is an illusion. When I go beyond the body, I am aware of Maya, and I realize that it is all an illusion. I am, right? That's what we stay with, okay? Okay, and this is a question here. Let me just go back up. Yeah. From Allison. How do you know that the trigger was cleared and not pushed down? How do you know you're in love, Allison? Right? You just know. It's a clear feeling. You should feel clarity within yourself, okay? If you're triggered, you're feeling it right now, okay? If I'm feeling triggered because I'm angry about what somebody said, right, I'm very aware of that before I go into my reinforcement space, right? I go into my perfect space. First I go into my private space, right? I do breath work, okay? It's active calm. Then I go into the phase 2 breath, heart rate variability. It's subtle calm. Now I'm aware of the trigger. Okay, what is it that I was triggered about? Because now I'm looking at it from a neutral perspective. I was upset about what somebody said. I was angry, okay? And I feel it right here. It's right here in the center of my chest, okay? So you feel it. You're tuning in to where that feeling is. It's right here in the center of my chest. It's right down here below my abdomen, okay, wherever it is. You're aware of what it is because that's what you're tuning into. Now you go into your reinforcement space. You fill yourself with love, okay? You have all that love energy flowing through your heart. You're again checking in, right? So I'm checking in. Is that feeling still there? Yeah, I still feel it. It's in my gut. Okay. Love energy, clear away that trigger from my being. let it be done. Okay? Activity starts to happen. Is that getting softer? Yeah, I feel activity. I feel it getting lighter. It's like it's being stripped away, stripped away, stripped away, stripped away, until I can no longer feel it. Great. So that is it. When you're pushing things down, Allison, you're being the separate self. Okay, you're being the ego. That's what the ego does. What did I say to do before you go into your reinforcement space? You leave the ego at the door, right? You are coming into your reinforcement space and you are accumulating love energy. Love energy has no secrets. Okay, it will tell you everything. It'll be honest with you. It'll be open with you. So the only reason we're pushing things down is because of our ignorance, right? If we basically look at that trigger and we open up the door and we see it there it is, right? It's completely exposed. So now it's up to me to work with that love energy accumulation and shrink it down, like the layers of the onion that I'm peeling off, okay? The next day comes, do I keep feeling it? No, it's completely gone. Or maybe I still feel it a little bit. Okay, that's fine. If you still feel it a little bit, that's okay. We do the same thing. Guys, BCR technique is designed for repetition, okay? It's like you're taking a cookie and you're biting it, and you're biting it, and you're biting it, and you're biting it, and you're biting it. Some of us may be able to munch down that cookie in one bite, okay? Some of us may need to take a few times before that cookie is completely eaten. Well, that's what we're doing here, okay? If something, again, is still showing up, but it's a lot more lighter, for example, the next day, don't be hard on yourself, right? And I get people like that. So, Brad, I did this, but then a bit of it came back. Well, then don't worry about it. What are you stressing out for? Do the BCR technique. It's not going to cost you any money, right? You already know what to do. If it's already causing you problems right now and it's a little bit lighter, if it's like a 2 out of 10 on the scale and before it was a 9 out of 10, well, then you just got that 2 out of 10 to work with. It's that last little bite of the cookie. Do BCR right now and take care of it. Okay, is it completely gone? Yes. 0 out of 10. It's finished. Great. Then we've taken care of the issue. So nothing's being hidden. Nothing's being pushed down. That's why I said when you leave your separate self at the door, it doesn't follow you, because that's the thing that wants to push everything away. Someone says, oh, don't worry about that. Don't show that. Close that door. Lock it up tight. Put a chain around it. Don't show that stuff around here. What's the matter with you? Okay? That's the separate self. That's ignorance. We're not messing with that. We're not playing with that. We're leaving that at the door. Okay? So when you're in your space, open up the chest of your physical body, your emotions, and your mental body. Show it all. Bear it all. Right? Nothing can be hidden when all the doors are open. All right? Thank you, Allison. And Jenna asks, question, is there a minimum amount of time to practice BCR in one session for it to be effective? I have a baby and get interrupted a lot. No, there's no time restraints at all. It's all based upon you. Everybody's different, guys. Okay? For some people, they could do the BCR technique in 3 minutes. Okay? Some people, it could be 10 minutes. Some people, it could be 20 minutes. Some people, it could be an hour. Okay? Doesn't matter. There's no time restraints. Again, guys, if there was a time restraint, I'd be telling you that in the bare bones checklist. Okay? There's no time restraint. You take as little or as much time based upon you that happens. Okay? Yes, if you have kids, of course, you may only have a few minutes to spare, and that's fine. Whatever you get done within that few minutes, so be it. Don't be hard on yourself. Keep the ego out of the BCR. Okay? No ego. No separate self, no judging yourself whatsoever. You are coming into your perfect space. And there is no judgment there. There is no criticism there. There is no harshness there. No ego, no separate self, no ignorance. Okay? Don't be hard on yourself because I only had a couple minutes and then my kids were interrupting me. So what? Right? There will come a point where you have another few minutes and you do it again. And then there's another little break, and you do it again. Oh, and here you are just before going to bed. I have some time right now, and I feel good. I'll do it again. Okay? Make your own schedule. Don't be hard on yourself because maybe you only have a few minutes. That's okay. Make use of those few minutes while you have them. All right? Yep, someone says that they have a baby, and they do it when they're taking a nap. Great, just find your spots, find your windows of opportunity. All right. Okay. Melissa says here, hi Brad, wouldn't it be nice for the group to join through the heart as one heart? Creating a group field, amplify the power of love effectiveness. We are one, and when two or more are gathered, miracles. That's up to the group, right? If you guys right now in your chat, you're a group. So Melissa, that's what you need to ask. You don't need to ask me, okay? If you want to bring a group together and form one heart, that requires a group that's willing to do this. So what do you think, guys? Melissa here has a comment about the idea of joining the heart as one heart, creating a group field, amplifying it, power of love effectiveness, okay? And then when two or more are gathered, miracles. So what do you think, everybody that's in the group? Do you want to join Melissa with her idea? Okay. And if the answer is yes, well, there you go, Melissa, you got a group. Okay. So you want to amplify it. Guys, please don't rely on me to do all this stuff. All right. I'm doing this right now, and there's times where I'll do some group stuff as well too. But do not rely on me. Say, Brad, I need you to create a group. No, you don't. Okay. You just need to talk to people. You need to talk to people and bring them together. Okay. I do a group here every single morning, and that's fine. Right? But if you want to have your own ambitions about working together with other people, talk to people, okay? And let other people come together, and you may be creating a bigger group than I am, okay? Please let yourself be the practitioner. If you have these ideas and you have a very specific way about how you want them to go, nobody is a better master of ceremonies for that than you, okay? If you rely on me to do all these things, you're thinking wrong, okay? You want to make sure that you have your own ideas, your own innovations. Okay, I got a big chat here that Brad's doing right now. I'm going to talk to some of these people in this chat. Said, guys, here's an idea I have. Here's something that I want to try and pull off. It's my idea here. And I need some people to work together. What do you think? Great, great, great. Now you got these people, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 people working together, happy to do it with you. Guess what, Melissa? You're in charge now. It's you as the MC. Okay, and that's what you're doing. You're making all hearts one. Okay, very simple to do. You already know how to do that through the BCR technique, right? You fill yourself up with the heart. You think of somebody else. You think of your group, right? You think of it as a collective. And now you have a focus. You have an intention to put your energies on. This is what mass meditation groups do, okay? So a lot of mass meditation groups. And like I said, once I'm done the 30-day challenge, I'll be doing the New Earth practices. Okay, and we will have some certain guided meditations there. Right now, I really just want to focus on the BCR technique with you guys. Okay, that's what's important to me right now. So through this 30 days, please don't ask me for any more challenges. During this 30-day period, I'm focused on the BCR technique 30-day challenge with you guys. Okay, that's where my energies are. That's what I'm dedicated to. If you guys have other ideas, talk to each other as a group, start performing it, because this is where I'm needed. Okay, plus I'm doing other things in the background that I have to take care of during this time. This is like September is my month off basically from sessions, right? So you see that I'm not really not working. I'm still working. I'm just working on different things. When I come back in October, then I'm doing private sessions and such, right? And of course, doing the new morning New Earth practices, Monday to Thursday. So talk to people, Melissa. Work together and see what happens. Let that group come together, put an intention forward, and see where it takes you. All right? Thank you, guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap up for now. We have been doing this now for over an hour, so that's great. So we will wrap up today, and I'll come back tomorrow with some more hints and tricks and tips and techniques, additionally, to enhance your BCR and TC technique. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great rest of the day, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow for day 7. Be well.